No, I haven't mentioned the women.
He's going to be destroyed by the women.
Yes, he is. I can't tell him that. I can't tell him.
You have to.
I can't.
Welcome back to Socially Connected with Kelly. I was really looking forward to the Lisa and Daniel drama in this episode of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. And yes, it absolutely delivered. We'll touch briefly on the other couples, but today I really want to focus on Forrest and Sheena and Daniel and Lisa. But before we jump in, quick reminder, if you want a deeper dive on all the couples, the patterns, the red flags, and the stuff that doesn't always make it to a 5-minute podcast, make sure you're subscribed to my Substack. That's where I break it all down. All right, let's get into it. Because drama like this needs to be discussed. Elise finally makes it to Australia after airport and visa issues, which is already exhausting, only to be greeted with no flowers and an invite to a bar with his friend and roommate for Melbourne Cup Day after a long flight. We already know Joshua crashed a boat, might lose his job, can't afford his place on his own, and may or may not be living with another woman despite claiming he lives with his parents. That's a lot. Elise sees the red flags, acknowledges them, and still says the chemistry is there, so she changes clothes anyway at the airport and heads to the bar. That would have been a hard no for me, but here we are. I truly cannot believe Trisha is still with Rick. He promises he'll never cheat again, mainly because, according to him, American women don't want him. So if he comes back to the US, I guess that's comforting for her. She says she loves him, but doesn't trust him, doesn't want him touching her, and still plans to take him to meet her father. Oh, and she wants more kids, while Rick absolutely does not. Somehow, that part feels conveniently ignored. Aviva's aunt came with receipts. Aviva, the aunt, and a friend have a phone call with the other woman and find out that she and Stig are planning a trip. When confronted, Stig sticks to his "wasn't me." His dad defends him while casually admitting Stig likes to play around with other women. The aunt doesn't buy it. Aviva does, and that's a choice. Delusion is a hell of a drug. Let's talk about Forrest and Sheena, because this storyline actually has layers. Sheena has trust issues, and honestly, that makes sense given her past. But what really complicates things is Molly. Why is she so worried about money that isn't hers? Especially when Forrest isn't contributing financially at all. Molly accuses Sheena of manipulating Forrest, which is wild considering Molly has been controlling his life for years and he's a grown man. The difference now is Forrest is finally standing up for himself.
Excuse me? You're going to give me the ultimate... Forrest?
Mom, accept this proposal or you're not a part of our lives.
Tired of the mess that you keep throwing me into. And then when I crawl up to grab you out again and crawl up to save you out of a situation or to help you, you turn around and you give me the big bird.
You're going to be in our lives, but...
You think?
I think.
You might be surprised, Forrest.
Oh, well...
You just might be surprised.
All right, well...
Have a good night to you both.
When he tells his mom to accept the relationship or risk losing him, that's growth. As parents, we don't get to control our kids forever. Sometimes you have to let them live, even if they make mistakes. And then there's Lisa. Why does she feel the need to show everything? I didn't need to know about the pooping incident.
This has never happened before in my whole entire life. No matter how sick I've gotten, I've never the bed.
I'm thinking maybe the spicy food you have been eating. Wake me up. And the stuff stained my clothes.
So she pooped on you?
She pooped on me.
I especially did not need to know she cooked while actively being sick. Hard pass. During this romantic dinner, she casually drops that she's been married 5 times.
Papers, but I'm still married.
You are still married to the 5th one?
I am still married.
So I have been sleeping with another man's wife.
We are legally separated. I'm sorry I didn't tell you the truth. I'm sorry I didn't speak to you about this before now. I'm sorry. I came here to tell you the truth in person. I came here to tell you everything.
Daniel is visibly shaken, realizing he has been sleeping with someone who is legally married. Of course, she doesn't clarify that it's a woman. Daniel has been trying to do everything for this green card. He forgave the wig situation. Somehow he forgave the poop situation. But this crosses a real line. He says he could lose everything. It could cost him everything. He could be banished. And for once, the stakes feel very real. This was a solid episode. Messy, uncomfortable, and exactly why we keep watching. For a deeper breakdown on every couple, make sure you're subscribed to my Substack. That's where I go all the way in. I cannot wait for next week's drama, and I will see you then. Bye.